Hello, welcome back to LIVENODING. In this episode, I will be sharing with you this simple setup that I made using animation nodes, basically to control this animated sequence. So I have two of different animations, but they are all both of them are set up the same, so they will actually react into this song. Ça y est, je viens d'y naître. So the song is by Stromae. I forget the name, but basically the beat here. So the beat actually, the intensity of the sound will control the animations. So currently, I think it's only the beat only goes from 0 to 0.3 or 0.4. If I increase the amplitude, it can go higher, and the animations will go from 0 to 1. And 0 to 1 is actually how I set up this animation. So it goes from the start position of the frame to the end of the frame. So now you can see the animation is slightly different. So I shouldn't go too far, but you get the idea. So any sound or any song that I put in will control the animations. And if I actually separate the channel, the beat, the melody, everything separately, I think it's gonna work really well with the drum. So if I have different animations, I can control each one of them separately. So if I actually get rid of the sound spectrum for now, jump specs to original, and I just need to plug in the float input. So now I can control this whatever I like. So now this is manual. So from 0 to 1 is controlling the animation from frame 1 to frame 120. And I have the setup itself is super simple. So for each object, this and this, I have the same setup. And what it's actually doing is get the active material node, and then the node 3 image texture. If I open it, so let me select the objects. For example, this guy over here. So I think this animation is actually based on a 3D model. This is actually a flat, of course, already rendered. I think it's from my friend Tobias. He has 3D scan of this guy as a 3D. But yeah, anyway, I select this guy and then I look at the material. So the material is simple as I imported image as planned, but each frame is set up as animation sequence, and everything is basically by default, except for one thing, the animation offset. So the frame, I just set it up really high, and I enable cyclic and auto refresh, and we have this offset. So what's interesting here is actually with animation nodes, so we know that if we actually scrub on the timeline, the animation frames will actually follow the timeline, right? So if it's frame 100, it's gonna be displaying the image sequence at frame 100. But I actually reset it. So this is the frame number. You can see I'm subtracting whatever other value that I'm typing in, and I'm subtracted with the frame. So the frame subtract with the frames is become 0. No matter what, it's always going to be 0. And so I can put in my own number, and this number will reset, will kind of replace any value that goes in. So okay, so this guy, maybe I should turn off the music for now. So if I run the playback and I scrub here, the value that goes into this offset is reflected. So this value might seem weird because it's minus, but this minus is already being added on top of the frame. So the original frame of this image sequence is actually lower number than this, but if I make it too low, we're gonna get pink. So make sure this is the total number. So now, no matter what, I actually have separate control over this image sequence, and that, I think that's really already pretty cool, because you can control, you can have multiple objects, each with different image sequence and different time, basically. Yeah, and so what I did on top of that, of course, with animation nodes, you can easily add sound intensity. Just bring your own sound. In this case, I have this Stromae, and plug this in to the value. And if I go back, oh, I need to have a frame number, of course. So frame goes over the sound. So this one is now being controlled by that Stromae music, right? Animation nodes, actually, the sound node is actually very powerful. You can bring in any sound, and it's actually doing it live. You don't need to bake it or anything. So that's powerful. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, super simple. Just ensure you, in this expression here, I'm using expression node, so it's actually directly targeting this guy over here in the cycles. And yeah, so we have this result. All right, so hopefully this is useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Bye.